Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot riding on this Star Wars movie. And despite all the issues I had with Star Wars The Last Jedi, when this popped up in my feed, yeah, I was pretty excited to see it. And I gotta say, I do feel for J.J. Abrams having to clean up the mess that Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy made with The Last Jedi, especially considering that he basically admitted in an interview recently that the outline he had for the whole trilogy, they basically just threw the whole thing in the toilet and just totally did something different in the last episode. So somehow now he's got to try and salvage something out of this mess. So I do feel for J.J. Abrams. And as I've pointed out before, I am willing to give Star Wars a chance now that they are course correcting and that they're treating the fans a little bit better. So if you haven't watched it, click right here in the top right corner. You can watch it without me talking over the top of it and ruining it for you. But I am going to be pausing throughout the trailer to give my thoughts. So let's jump in. Okay, Rey breathing heavy. Perhaps her heavy breathing could indicate she's in some kind of position of weakness now, perhaps breaking the Mary Sue mold. That would certainly be a good start. Okay, pausing it again. That was, so obviously they're doing a mirror to like the Force Awakens trailer where Finn just pops up in the desert. Now here is she in the desert. Is that some kind of parallel? I don't know, who cares?
We've passed on all we know.
Okay, good to hear Luke's voice. Very nice. But did he pass on all he knows? I assume he's talking to Yoda, Did he and Yoda pass on everything they know? Because he didn't actually teach her anything. As I covered in my End of the Dream series, he said he was going to teach her 3 lessons. He actually only taught her 2. The third one got cut in editing. All she really has is a bunch of books that she grabbed from the tree before it blew up, thanks to Yoda's little lightning strike. But can you really learn the Force from books? I mean, learning the Force from books would be like trying to learn music from books. I mean, you actually have to play. You actually need to have someone teach you how to use it, right? I mean, you can't just... Alright, anyway. Here am I already so negative. Let's keep going.
1,000 generations live in you now.
No they don't. She's not a Skywalker unless you're going to totally just retcon what happened in the last one. But based on what we know, she's not a Skywalker. No 1,000 generations don't live in her. She shouldn't even have the lightsaber. I guess since she's the last Jedi, maybe that's what they mean, that all the last Jedi live in her now. But yeah, I don't want her to have that lightsaber. I'd rather Kylo Ren has it. He actually is of the family lineage of the Skywalker family. She's not, as far as we know. Okay, that sounds like a TIE fighter coming at her. If she's going to kill a TIE fighter with a lightsaber, that'd be pretty awesome. Mind you, it kind of looked like the Millennium Falcon flying toward her. I didn't see the little wings on the side of it. It just looked like a straight line. But yeah, if she kills a TIE fighter with the lightsaber, it's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise. She is a Mary Sue, but it'd be pretty cool for the trailer.
But this is your fight.
Every generation has a legend. The Mary Sue-ness. Oh, it just overflows. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it so great? Isn't it going to be so wonderful to see her just effortlessly overcome every obstacle? Who wants tension? Who wants tension? Who wants to see their characters struggle? We don't want to see characters learn anything and progress as characters. Pah! Who wants that? We want characters that are perfect in every way so that it's just so boring to watch them. Yeah, that's what we want out of Star Wars. We want to watch someone playing a video game on God mode, because that's so interesting. Oh, Kylo Ren laying some waste to... okay, I'm assuming that's some kind of rebel fighter, because why would he be fighting his own guys unless he's turned good? But considering there's a stormtrooper there shooting in the same direction he's charging, he's probably attacking some rebel base, probably early in the movie. He put his helmet back together. Okay, interesting. Because, the point of the helmet was that it's not that he really needs it. He was just wearing it, at least in The Force Awakens. It was supposed to be, it's like his homage to Vader, and then he smashed it after Snoke made fun of it, and I guess he's putting it back together now because he's the Supreme Leader. I really do hope that since he's Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, he actually mans up a little bit. He stops whining like a little bitch and stops squealing like a pig all the time. Maybe actually man up, cut that gay hair, maybe, hit the gym a bit, Kylo. I mean, you're already swallow, just swallow it a bit more. And actually be decisive and, give people orders, tell them what to do. Be decisive, stop screaming all the time. Be the strong, silent type like Vader was, I mean, come on, you're the Supreme Leader now. Toughen up, act like it. Okay, there's Finn and BB-8 staring lovingly at each other. Oh, Lando Calrissian. Good to see him back again. I mean, the real Lando, not the fake pansexual one, but the real one. The saga comes to an end. Well, that's interesting. Kind of a big call. I mean, if this is the end of the entire saga, I mean, of course it's not. They're going to do more Star Wars movies after this. They're probably going to do, spin-off trilogies, Old Republic trilogies, all this. But if they mean this is the end of the saga of the original series and the prequels, and now this wraps the whole thing up, that's going to be a job, J.J. Abrams. I mean, I always assumed that since the prequels were the dark side overcoming the light, and since the originals were the light side overcoming the dark, I presumed that the sequel trilogy, this one, rather than just doing the bad guys winning again, because that's just like treading water, you're not going anywhere, I assumed it would be forming some kind of balance between the light and the dark, that it goes dark, light, balance, the three trilogies, that it would wrap up the saga nicely. I suppose you can shoehorn that in the very last movie now. Again, Rian Johnson really screwed this up for J.J. Abrams, so, I mean, if by the saga ends, I mean, this little sequel trilogy, fine, you can just end it however the hell you want. But if he means the whole saga, it's a grand concept. I don't know how you're going to wrap that up. I mean, if you want it to come full circle, I mean, the saga was of Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. So, I mean, if you want to wrap it up now, you would need to bring back Anakin Skywalker as a Force ghost in the end to give it some kind of meaningful end. Maybe he, Obi-Wan, and Yoda can all come back as a Force ghost and defeat, I don't know, a resurrected Snoke, Palpatine, and Plagueis or something. That'd be epic. Like a Jedi Sith ghost fight. Although the Sith don't have Force ghosts, do they? That's why they want to live forever, because they don't have the Force ghosts. They're always trying to... Yeah, okay, well, anyway, if you could bring back Anakin as a Force ghost to give it this saga some kind of closure, then maybe you could justify that text there of the saga comes to an end. But if by saga you mean just sequel, I don't think it really matters how you end it. So there was a bit of Carrie Fisher. I presume she wasn't CGI. Let me just go back and check. Oh, that's probably just a clip from The Force Awakens. Maybe they just put it in a different background. Yeah, it's probably that. I wonder how much Carrie Fisher is in the movie. Hopefully not too much, because if they CG it too much, it might seem a little weird. And hang on, but also, why all the Princess Leia hugging? They're not related. They have nothing to do with each other. What's the big deal? Why are we supposed to be so emotional with her hugging Princess Leia? She's not her mother. It meant something in The Force Awakens because we figured maybe they were related in some way, but no, they're not. But at least no Rose Tico so far. I'm very happy with that. What on earth is that? Is that some kind of crashed ship in the ocean or something? I don't know what that is.
No one's ever really gone.
Oh, come on. Come on, what, they're gonna bring back Palpatine after all this? He's okay. Maybe they're taking a bit from Heir to the Empire, where he just Palpatine, when he died, he just jumped into a clone body and continued on. Would be great to see Palpatine again. I really hope they do bring him in, because the actor, is it Ian? What's the actor's name? Ian McDermott or something? The actor's name. I mean, he's still around. He's still kicking. He's still acting, and he's still surprisingly like he looks in good shape. He doesn't look very frail. I mean, granted, Palpatine has always kind of looked frail, but yeah, I'm glad glad they're bringing him back. I've said for a long time, I hope they do a Darth Plagueis movie, which is also kind of a Darth Sidious Palpatine origin story. That book is fantastic. Really, if they just made that movie exactly like the book, it'd be fantastic. It'd be such a good movie. But yeah, I suppose bringing back Palpatine would be a good way of making everything come full circle. I don't know how they're going to fit Snoke into that, but it's interesting that, at least so far, a lot of the things that have got me psyched up about this are, again, things that come from the original trilogy. I'm happy to see Lando again. I'm happy to hear Luke's voice again. I'm happy that Palpatine might be coming back again. I mean, all of these things, the fact that the stuff that gets me psyched up, and I'm sure others out there are in the same boat as me, the fact that gets many of us psyched up is stuff from the original trilogy just goes to show how much they dropped the ball in this sequel trilogy. And it's a shame, but who knows? Maybe they can bring it full circle and find that nice balance between the nostalgia that they had in The Force Awakens and the subverting expectations that they had in Last Jedi. Both of them were extremes. If we can just balance it out in the middle, I mean, you can die of thirst or you can be waterboarded, but it's like, yeah, can I just kind of be in the middle there where when I'm thirsty, I just have a drink? Like, can we just have that? Like, if it's, yeah. So, let me just play the last bit. Okay. So it is called The Rise of the Skywalker. Yeah, I'd heard that rumor going around. I didn't know if it was true or not. And so we go from The Last Jedi to The Rise of Skywalker. Well, again, it kind of adds a bit of credence to that they're going to retcon Rey's origin and make her a Skywalker. And, the funny thing is, if they had just introduced Rey in the first movie as just a nobody, and that was the point of it, that anyone can be a Skywalker, it would have been perfectly fine. No one would have had a problem with that, because not everyone needs to come from some special lineage in Star Wars. But because they turned it into this big mystery, we assumed it'd be something more than that. So I think that's a lesson that a lot of movies should learn. If you want to raise questions within a movie, you need to answer them before the credits roll. Don't say we'll answer them in the next movie, because if you do, the internet's going to come out, the fan theories are going to come out, and a lot of those fan theories are either going to guess what your twist is or come up with a better one. So it's lose-lose either way. When you come up with questions, you need to answer them. It's like that concept of Chekhov's gun. It was I can't remember, some famous playwright said, if you introduce a gun mounted on a wall in the first act of a play, someone needs to take the gun off the wall and shoot it in the second act of the play. Otherwise, what's the point in even having it there? It's like Shaun of the Dead. They introduce the Winchester hanging on the bar. Eventually, they take it off the wall and they shoot it. It's Chekhov's gun. Likewise with Star Wars, when you introduce a concept of like someone's origin is a big deal, and you constantly tease someone's origin is a big deal, only to then go, it's not a big deal. Yeah, you got to understand people are going to be a little bit upset with that. So, I mean, Rise of the Skywalker, again, appealing to nostalgia, again, retconning the mess that was Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. I hope it works out. I'm optimistic. I like that the Star Wars text is in blue. That indicates like Luke's blue lightsaber. It's more of a good guy story. The Last Jedi, the Star Wars text was red, indicating it was more of a bad guy story. Although, was it? I don't know. I guess probably, whatever. But yeah, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Like I said, I am going to give them a chance because they've course corrected, and I think they're treating the fans with a bit more respect. So yes, I will go and see this in cinemas. I will pay for it. Whether I go and see it again, second time, third time, fourth time, as a lot of us Star Wars fans do, that depends on the quality of the movie. But I'm willing to give it a chance. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you guys think of the trailer. Put your thoughts in the comment section below. And I am Bandit. This is Bandit Incorporated. Until next time, I will see you guys in the comments.